friends, Happy New Year. It is now 2020. I can barely believe it. The holiday season went by so super fast. I'm working from home today, and just for the video, I actually have, it's a holiday, company holiday, so everyone's off with Softflex company today. And I have been running around like a mad woman trying to clean up from Christmas, trying to pack up our tree and pack up all the ornaments and all of our decorations while managing 3 kids, 5 and under is a task all in itself. Hey Thomas, Thomas is here to moderate a Softflex company. I appreciate you helping out today on your holiday, Thomas. That's really nice of you. Hey Cindy, hey Lydia, but I'm really excited. I wanted to keep our appointment for our Snow Queen design kit no matter how busy I am. And I'm actually really looking forward to sort of taking a break from the hustle and bustle that's happening in my house to open something up and get a little creative on this New Year's holiday. I really take New Year's Day really seriously. I really love it as a day to just sort of get everything cleared out from Christmas and organize my thoughts and start getting ready for a brand new year. And I feel really rested because I took a lot of time off over Christmas. So I have a lot of energy and I'm just really excited about what we're going to be offering this year with Softflex. Susan says no picture. I'm not sure what that means. Is everybody seeing me okay? Hi, Happy New Year, Rosanna. Happy New Year, Jenny. It's so nice to see all of you guys. Hi, Marie from South Africa. It's good you're here. Thank you for being here. So our new kit went on sale yesterday because, like I said, Softflex is closed for today, and I think they're back open tomorrow. But at any rate, we put the kit for sale. We put the bead mix that's in the Snow Queen design kit for sale. And then we have a brand new trio that matches this design kit that I'm opening today. And you can find all of that at www.softflexcompany.com. And we have a great deal running right now, $10 off orders over $49. And if you're in the US, you get free shipping as well when you hit that benchmark $49. So oh, good. I'm glad you guys are all seeing me. So I'm going to flip down. We're going to open up the kit and start going. In the meantime, I want to hear if any of you guys have any good New Year's. Oh, are you still there? I almost hit finish. I want to make sure you guys are still here. That was the wrong button. Are everybody still seeing me? Wow, that was scary. I hit finish and then somehow was able to still hopefully salvage it. Thomas, are you seeing me okay? Am I here? Can you see me? Lost the sound. Oh, good. Okay, thank God. Yeah, I hit finish instead of switching the camera around. I must still be on vacation, right, guys? Okay, so I'm gonna start unwrapping this beautiful kit. So if you're brand new to our kits, this kit is sold out. We do a new kit every month based on a different theme. We've been already working on our 2020 themes and they're awesome. I'm very excited about them. We're planning the whole year out ahead of time so that we can sort of switch up some of the goodies that are in the bag to just, I don't know, give it a little bit of an extra oomph. And so we're really doing a lot ahead in the planning process this year. So our new kit that just went on sale is the Dark Heart, and that's going to be really fun. I'm going to do the video for that on January 29th, which is the last Wednesday of the month. Typically we do the last Wednesday of the month for our kit reveal, but the last Wednesday of last month was Christmas, so we bumped it out to New Year's Day, as this is just a little bit of an easier day for me to manage doing this. Okay, so what happens is we choose all these goodies and we put them into a package for you. You buy the package and it's going to have everything you need to make jewelry except for the tools. So it's going to have some kind of wire. It's going to have some findings like some ear wires, clasp, some crimps. In this case, there's memory wires. There's actually some memory wire end caps in there. It's going to have some beads, of course, and then they all come with a really fun custom design bead mix from Jesse James Beads, and they work with us hand in hand to use our theme to create a bead mix that matches it, and then we over order on the bead mixes, so when the kit sells out you can still order more of the bead mixes, and that's what's for sale on the website now. So this is a pretty amazing kit because we put in the primo wire. This is our 24 karat gold extreme flex wire. It is 19 strands of copper alloy. Each single strand is gold plated in 24 karat gold. And then it's braided in a micro braid that's proprietary to our company and then coated in a clear nylon coating. So you get this just really gorgeous bright gold beading wire that's very, very flexible. And can still be tied in a knot like our other beading wire. It's not going to lose any strength or durability where it's knotted, but it comes out just so beautifully gold because of that extra work that we do in the plating process. Most companies, when they make a similar product to this, they braid it and then they flash plate it over the top of the braid. And so it ends up being a little murkier in color. It's not quite so brilliant in its color and just not quite as pretty as our 24 karat gold. So I hope all of you that ordered the kit were super excited when you opened it and found the 24 karat gold in here, because this is obviously one of our most expensive beading wires that we sell, and we thought that it was kind of an extra holiday treat to be able to put it into the kit around Christmas and Hanukkah time. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that surprise, and we'll definitely be using some of that today. And this wire, if you're interested in it separately, also comes in silver and a beautiful champagne color that I really, really love too. So we did gold findings to match the gold wire and the gold beads. So we've got some ear wires, we've got a lobster clasp, like I said, we've got memory wire caps, which are basically like a half drilled bead. And they slip on the end of your memory wire with a little bit of glue, and you can glue it down. I'm going to do the memory wire caps and the memory wire in a different video probably next Wednesday. I think I'm going to save that for next week. We're getting in some memory wire cutters next week. Because we haven't had them for so long, and you really want to be careful what you're cutting memory wire with. So I'm going to do a video with this, with the new memory wire cutters when we get those up online, and then I'll show you how to use these really cool end caps if you don't already know how. So try to look for that. I think by next Wednesday we should have them in, hopefully. And I'll definitely post so you know when that's going to happen. And then we've got our beautiful Softflex gold-filled crimp tubes, also our most expensive metallic crimp tube in the gold-filled, and they are our Softflex crimp tubes, which are double the wall thickness of most. They're seamless, and they're solid tubing, so they're really thick and strong, and they're fantastic for working with jewelry. So I'm going to look at the bead strands first. Happy New Year, James. So glad to see you. Elise, she says, yeah, I don't have any memory wire cutters. Oh, perfect. Yeah, we tried to get them in time for the show today, but they didn't make it. But we're going to have some really good ones coming from Beadsmith going up on the website as soon as they arrive. We have them on order. So we've got a bunch of cool bead strands here. I'm in love. Did you guys like this shape when you opened it? These are so fun and unique. They're really cool. And then we've got some kind of like icicle beads. The theme behind this kit was, we called it Snow Queen, but the idea was sort of thinking of Elsa from Frozen, because we knew Frozen 2 was coming out, which I just got to take my littles to last week, and they loved it. So we were kind of channeling Elsa in this, and not Elsa from the first video, but Elsa from the second video, where she's got a little bit, she's a little bit darker, and so we went with some of the darker colors. Um, Whereas this is kind of the traditional Elsa color in the first movie. She definitely has a little bit more of a darkness in the second movie, which was really fun to kind of explore when you're thinking about beads. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Julie. Yeah, it was a really fun kit to work on, and I'm looking forward to seeing what all of you guys make with it. So if you've never done one of our kit challenges before, the way this works is you buy the kit, and then you join our VIB group online, which is on Facebook, and you watch the companion video, which everyone's doing right now if they have the Snow Queen kit, and then you're invited to post pictures of what you make in our group, and every design that you post a picture of is an entry to win our next available kit. And we love seeing what you guys make, and you can actually go in and see what everybody makes with this kit by searching for hashtag Snow Queen. In a few days you'll see some of the designs start to pop up from the designers that are using this kit, and you can look at past ones too, like hashtag OTAN was our Christmas kit for O Tannenbaum, hashtag Great Pumpkin for our Halloween kit, and kind of see what people have been making with the kits that we offer. And of course we offer one every single month. So beautiful bead mix from Jesse James Beads. These are adorable. Look at these little baubles with little white stars in them. They're so cute. And then look at this little guy. This little fuzzy guy is so adorable and so like warm and cozy for winter. It's a perfect. We've got a few little flower petal little guys. And let's see, we've got some dark blue leather tassels too. Rosanna said, loved this kit, but it actually didn't start talking to me until Christmas Eve. Then it really talked to me. That could be just that busyness of Christmas. I feel like over Christmas I have to take sort of a creative break because there's just so much going on. And maybe it was just like, okay, Christmas is happening. I can sort of enjoy this now, you know? It's sort of funny how that works. So I'm just going to show you a few baubles from the bead mix, and then I'm gonna start seeing what talks to me, and we'll make something here live on the show today. So these are some beautiful gold bead caps, and they're quite large, which is fun. And then they did some gold beads as well, which are beautiful. And I just have no clue what I'm gonna make today. It's gonna be a total experiment here. We've got some kind of large check glass crystals. I got kind of a funny light coming in from the blinds because it's a really nice, beautiful sunny day outside, but it's still kind of chilly, so I wanted to stay inside today. Got, of course, some beautiful gold snowflakes. Those are nice. And then a lot of like kind of crystally beads. Like these guys have sort of a crystally dark blue effect to them, which are sort of perfect for our Snow Queen set. So I'm thinking, I really love these, and I really love these. I think these are so special. I think the best thing for me to do when I'm not quite sure is to start with an earring, and then we can kind of move to maybe doing a full-fledged necklace or bracelet. I don't do too many bracelets. Maybe we'll do a bracelet today, actually. I feel like I always end up doing necklaces and earrings on these kits. So let me pull some of my tools out of my bag. I'm just gonna open up, I love this bead. Let's design a bracelet today. And I love how these little beads are so cool. And then what color do I want to go with that? We'll definitely want to pull two out to make a pair of earrings that can go with the bracelet. And I like these little beads here are really pretty. They're like a crystal and they're flat on the two sides, which is really makes them really shiny. Let's see, James says we just went cloudy here in Sonoma, but my door is still open. It's almost 70 degrees here. Oh yeah, I think it's closer to like 60 or 65 over here, but I guess I haven't been outside. I did have my door open though because it smells fantastic outside. Yeah, they are Montana blue, Rosanna. Yes, I agree. And Patty says hi. Hi, it's so nice to see you. Yeah, let's put some gold in there too, for sure. I'm going to see how many of these little flat guys I have because I really dig those. And don't have so many of them that I can just do those. I'm going to have to switch it up with some other item, which is good. I like these ones too, so let me pull some of these out. And these can be kind of fun because you can do them because it's a drop. So it's got one side that's smaller than the other. So I often like to use them like in the center of something, like maybe I'll do this gold bead between it and then maybe something like that. That's kind of fun. And I've got a few of those gold beads, so I could do another set here. Go on opposite directions again. I'm moving up my bead board here. Make room. So I don't know how you go about designing, but I just sort of play with the beads until I come up with a combination that I'm pretty happy with. And then I go ahead and start stringing it to see, you know, how it's going to all play together. The blue ones, these ones, if you're asking about these ones, these are from the Czech Republic. Yes. Most of the glass bead strands, in fact, all the glass bead strands that came in your kit, short of maybe this one, but probably even that one, were from the Czech Republic. And our person we work with actually goes over to the Czech Republic and buys them himself. So he knows all these really fantastic bead designers that are over there, and he actually takes trips. He takes people over there to meet them and learn about the process of making Czech glass. So we're getting it from the real deal here. And I am going to string this way. I'm just going to string this up and kind of see how it lays and how I feel about it. And then I can make some changes if I need to adapt it in some way. See how long it is, if it's the right length. And check that out. Sue, I saw your post about dropping all your beads with your design, and I asked James to send you a little special surprise, so it will be on its way if it isn't already, because nobody likes to drop their beads. And we've all done it, every single one of us, and had to pick them all up. So one other thing I'm doing, these little flower beads are not two-sided. So you can either have them all run the same direction, or you can have them run, you know, maybe two in the same and two the other way. But you may want to be thoughtful about that as you're putting it together, you know, what your plan is. I'm having them all run the same direction. Poor Sue. So I'm going to grab out my handy dandy. Elise says she sends her Roomba loose after the beads. Oh man, I know. I usually end up like sweeping and then trying to pick them out. I don't know. It's never ideal when you drop all of your beads. It just is never ideal. Okay, so I'm gonna see, I just put my bead stopper on the end, which is what I highly suggest to keep you from having that problem. And I'm just going to measure my wrist to see about where this is landing, which it looks like this is more than big enough. I'm only using a lobster clasp, so I'm totally fine with it being that size. If it was going to be a bigger clasp, like a toggle or something, then I would probably make it a little shorter. I'd take off the two end beads because you don't want a lot of length. You don't want it to get too big. So you have to really think about your clasp size when you're putting it together so that you don't end up with it being too big or too small, depending on the situation. So I've got my crimps. I'm gonna just grab some out of here instead of opening that. Actually, I'll just open this. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. I'm going to use my regular crimping pliers on this, I think, and then I'm going to use a crimp cover. Even though they don't come in the kit, I'm going to make an exception today just because I think it's going to look nicer with this design. So I'm using our regular crimping pliers. They've got a hole, two holes here. You've got this one that has a little tooth, and then this one that is round. So this one I'm going to call the crimper. This one I'm going to call the rounder. And I am going to take my 2x2 millimeter crimp tube from Softflex, string it onto the wire, go through my lobster clasp and back into my tube, and then just bring it down to attach. You want to leave enough room that this lobster can really move around and feel nice. Don't do it so hard that it's don't do it so tightly that it can't move, because then it just doesn't feel right. It's not, you want some flexibility. And then bring up your crimp into your crimper and compress. And that first round will create a little divot in your crimp tube, like a little fold. And then you're going to turn it on its side into the rounder, and we're going to compress in the rounder to fold it in, and go around it a few times to tighten it all down. So this, usually I only use the items in the kit. I don't usually use anything outside of the kit, but I am going to use Crimp Covers today because I feel like the extra bit of gold will just make a lot of sense with this. Instead of it being so small, if you use a magical crimper, these guys, you're going to get a really small, oh, what is it, like a 2 millimeter ball. Whereas these Crimp Covers are 3 millimeters. They're just a tiny bit bigger, a little more substantial. I'm going to grab onto my crimp cover using my crimping pliers. And then I'm just going to slide it over the top. Sometimes that's easy to do. Sometimes I have to actually put it on here and then grab it with my crimping pliers. And I'm just going to compress it ever so slightly. The thing with a crimp cover that's so tricky is you want it to be as straight as possible. You don't want the two ends to curl into two different directions. Let me bring this up so you can see it. I'm going to tuck, and then I'm going to tuck. And you can have the two ends come together like I just did here, as long as it's not going to slide off of that crimp, and you need to test it and make sure it's not going to slide, because you don't want it to slide up here or down here. You want it to stay right on top of that crimp. And I'm going to just turn my blinds just a little bit so we're getting a little bit less of that weird light. There we go. Okay. And then I can bring my wire back to the other side, and now I'm going to crimp a loop to connect it to over here. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit with 24 karat gold wire. That's expensive. It's really nice if you can string right onto the spool, because then you don't really waste a lot of wire. I know I don't need a ton of wire here to make my other connections, so I'm just going to give myself enough, you know, that I can fidget with it, but not lose so much of the wire off of the spool, since it is a more expensive product. And then I'll just do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to string my crimp tube. I'm going to go back into my crimp. And when I crimp a bracelet, I usually try to keep it in a circle so that I can make sure that I'm maintaining the flexibility that I need. Another thing you can do is you could add like this cute little snowflake charm if you wanted to. And I would usually do that just by stringing it onto my wire as I'm making my loop. I can't wait to see what you guys make with this kit. I kid you not, for those of you that have never watched one of these videos or participated, the designers who buy these kits and make things are amazing. They make such just fantastic, really inspiring designs with the same beads, and every design is unique. And we send out, you know, like 100 of these kits coming up with the Dark Heart kit, and you'll see 100 different designs that are just totally unique and different, even though they're using the same products. It's so neat. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here with my crimping plier. I'm going to compress to create this little divot. And then I'm going to compress in. Chrissy Heitman says, could you use a wire guard for it, or would it look funny? No, you could use a wire guard if you wanted to. You know, wire guards are really nice if you're using a wire that isn't very strong. So they were initially made by a company that makes wire that's not very strong, and it needed that extra protection on the clasp to because this is where you get the most wear and tear, is where your clasp is attached. And so they made these little wire guards that the wire slips into, and it protects the wire when it's attaching so that it doesn't break. If you're using Softflex wire, you don't have to worry about that so much because it's so strong. But if you like the look of it, if it's aesthetically pleasing to you, then you can totally use the wire guards if you really like how it looks and enjoy using them. Lise says, I can't seem to find wire guards in gold. Oh yeah, I don't know if we even carry them anymore. We carried them for the aesthetics reasons for a while. Maybe Thomas can take a look and post a link if we have some, but I feel like we only had them in silver too. Maybe they aren't even made in gold. Hey, Happy New Year, Maria. It's so nice to see you here. Okay, so this is my initial bracelet, which I'm really stoked about. And I think somebody mentioned how the light catches these crystals. Isn't that beautiful? I love that too. So the one thing I would say after making it is that I would make this loop that you attach to a little bit bigger. I was talking as I was doing it and I wasn't paying close attention, and I would make it just a snitch, a tiny bit bigger, so that it has a little bit more flexibility where it's attaching, and then it'll be easier to to put on and take off if it's got a little bit more of a size to it. But yeah, I'm so in love with those little beads from the Jesse James bead mix that you can find on the website. Are pretty cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, you can totally skip that step. Totally not necessary. As long as you're using the right diameter of beading wire for your design, you shouldn't have any issues with it breaking. Um, for example, I'm using the medium, which is the most commonly used diameter. This would be even better in heavy, but we don't make heavy in gold anymore. Bracelets are always better on the thickest diameter you can fit them on. So if you can go up to heavy, that's a really good idea. But medium's also very strong and it can handle a lot of abrasion as well. So it'll work fine for this. It's just, I know over time, like years and years and years and years of wear and tear, it could break, whereas heavy would be a little bit better. And look at how the gold, can you guys see how the gold shows through the crystal? Isn't that fun too? How it shows through the clear crystals. I feel like that adds a lot to the design as well. And that's true with any color you use, whether it's our gold or purple or blue or yellow. You know, when you've got something that's translucent, it's going to carry through that color that's coming from the wire, which is really fun. You didn't hook to a jump ring, just the wire. No, I can hook to jump rings. I don't have any in this kit. And so I usually try to show ways of doing things that make sense for somebody who bought the kit and doesn't have anything else. I still need to put my last crimp cover on there too, but I'll do that after the live show. Yeah, so I just show how to attach to the Softflex, which is really secure because there's no opening. And then if you want to attach to a jump ring though, you would attach your jump ring, you would attach your wire to your jump ring rather than just a free floating loop like I did here. So that's what I did, and then I just attached to it. Thanks, Kim says, so cute. Okay, so let's make a pair of earrings to match it. And these are like super calling my name. This pretty gold. And then would these make sense with those though? I don't know. Who knows? And then we've got, of course, these beautiful, beautiful beads. Ended up with one extra of those. I'm thinking this could be really fun. Something like that where we've got our dangles and gold. It's kind of nice to leave these out because these will match so many different outfits rather than just this particular bracelet. You know, it'll go with a lot of different things, but it'll also go with this bracelet if I need something to wear with it. Let's do that. So I'm going to grab some wire for my spool, and I'm going to grab, don't want to overdo it, so I'm going to do about this much of a length here, and string this guy. So one thing you want to be careful with on these tassels is check it that it's nice and, oh, please, Sarah. Check it so it's nice and tight and that loop is closed so it's not going to come out of the strand of wire really easily. And I'm going to string my guy, take my 2 wires up through the gold bead first, I think. And this is where a speeder beater comes in handy. Trying to get it from one end to the other. Maybe I'll just do one at a time. Can be kind of tricky because it's hollow on the inside, and so if you're not going perfectly straight through, there we go. Ooh, I like how that's looking. That looks so rich. Yeah, sometimes the jump rings do give. That's why I don't really like them that much. I tend to like, Kristen likes jump rings a lot. I tend to shy away from them. Ooh, I love how this is looking. This definitely looks like an earring that's like fit for a queen. So I'm going to do the same thing on my earrings that I did on the bracelet. I'm going to do a crimp with a crimp cover. So I've got my crimp on both wires. I'm just going to back in again. And once you get the wire in there, you can kind of fidget with the length. And you want to think about, what does this look like up here? Is it too big or too small? That's where my ear wire is going to connect. How does the bottom look? Does this bead need to come down just a little bit more? You want to answer all those questions before you crimp it, because once you crimp it, you can't go back. Guys, I see Rosanna says elegant. Maria says that's so nice. It's really hard to not be elegant when you're using the 24 karat wire. I'm telling you, it's really kind of hard because it's so pretty. It's such a pretty wire. I'm just trying to bring it down closer to that bottom bead. There we go. I like that. And then I'm going to grab my crimpers, where did they go, and do the same crimping that I did before. So I have my crimper, which makes that little divot, and then I'm going to use my rounder. Let's see if I can get a good angle here. Round it, and then I'll just go around it a few times, kind of tightening it down. Hi Sue, how are you? I saw you were the winner of our latest kit, is that right? Hi Jenny. Oh yeah, that is a great video, Thomas. I love that suggestion. She used her excess jump rings from our outlet store. She was using the ones from the outlet store, I think, that we have up. Oh, good, Sue won. Congratulations, Sue. That's so awesome. Okay, so I'm going to do a bead cap over the top of it. I'm sorry, a crimp cover. Why I'm calling it a bead cap, I don't know. I'm going to grab so I used a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube in my earring. And I also see that little tail? If you've got a really good pair of cutters, you can get in closer and really get that tail out of there. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna kind of slide in and get rid of as much of that tail. Even with a crimp cover, that tail kind of stick out there. And get in as close as you possibly can. And that'll make it look really lovely. And then I'm going to take my crimp cover and I'm going to do it the same way I did on the bracelet. I'm going to slide it onto my crimp first, just so I can make sure it's in the right spot. Boy, I'm so fiddly today. You can tell I haven't been using my hands for beading for a week and a half. So you see how it slides over? It's like a Pac-Man. It's an open-faced bead that slides over the top of the crimp. And if you can get it on there and then just close it down a little bit. You always want to go really slow with crimp covers because they are so annoying. Sometimes that's why I don't use them that often anymore. And this one is just not behaving itself. Let's see what the problem is. I feel like it's not going inside there. Here we go. So I'm going to close it down over the top. There we go. So the two ends meet. I'm going to check that it does not slide. If it slides over the crimp for some reason, then you want to do more of a tuck. So you can tuck in one side and then tuck the other side over the top of it. And then I'll push my beads up and I can go ahead and attach to my earring finding. So grab that out. I know it's 2020. So did anybody tell me their resolutions? I missed it. Does anybody have any beading resolutions that you're going to, are you trying something new this year that you've been excited to try that you've never tried before? I want to hear it. And there we go. So I just took my chain nose plier, opened up the ear wire, slid my earring on, and I've got my beautiful Snow Queen earring to match my bracelet. Elise says that she has problems with crimp covers from carpal tunnel surgery on both hands, and your dexterity, it does require a lot of dexterity and a lot of patience. Rosanna says she usually uses crimp covers over her knots on stretch bracelets. That's a neat idea, Rosanna. Erin says, yes, I want to learn to make stretch bracelets. I need to practice my knots. I think Kristen had a really great video using, what is it, the Tricky Ricky knot with Stretch Magic. Maybe Thomas can find that. And I'm sure we don't have that many Stretch Magic videos on YouTube, and post a link for you. Jan says, so gorgeous, wish I had bought this kit. This is a pretty amazing kit for sure. Erin says she loves wire wrapping. Very cool. Sue says, I'm going to make at least one piece every day. Whoa, that's a good one, Sue. I could maybe commit to that for 1 month and see what it's like, but every day, that's a big one. Are you going to post them somewhere where we can see them? Do you have like an Instagram or something where you're posting? Or a blog maybe? Kim's gonna try bead crochet. I so want to try that with Softflex. That's been on my list for years and years. Thomas says wire wrapping would be fun to explore. James is such a good teacher. Yeah, I think it's the Tricky Ricky knot is what it's called for Stretch Magic. Thomas, can you look through Kristen's videos real quick? If you go to like the Stretch Magic playlist, you'll probably find it most quickly and post it. Even if it's after the live show, you can post it later to do that. Elise says, I have a stash of new things I haven't tried yet. Ooh, that'll be fun. Rosanna says she's going to bead more. She retires at the end of April. That's fantastic, Rosanna. Congratulations. That's really, really great. Oh, I'm glad you like the colors, Gabriella. Thank you. Sue says, no, I don't usually just make gifts. Oh, Sue, but if you're posting every day, you've got to show us what you're making. Hopefully in the VIB group, you'll show us some of your favorite things that you make. We would love to see it. Is it Lorena says, or Lorena possibly, bead organization and learning how to use Kumihimo, which my husband got me for Christmas. That's great, Laura. We have a ton of Kumihimo videos too, that you can watch. Yes, it is, and it's on Dakota Stone's site. The Tricky Ricky knot is from Dakota Stones. Yep, that's right. And you can buy Stretch Magic from Softflex, though, if you want to. I don't know that they sell, that Dakota Stone sells to the public, but you can find Stretch Magic on our website. There it is, Kristen's Tricky Ricky video. She learned it from a gentleman from Dakota Stones. So awesome. Renee says she'll be getting back to making jewelry again, doing it for about 29 years. That's so terrific. I'm so glad to be here with you guys today. Let me just fidget with this and spend a little time with you on New Year's and take a look at our Snow Queen design kit, and honestly just get a break from the hubbub in my house of cleaning up from Christmas. It's nice to have like just a little quiet time with you guys and do some beading. So I really actually appreciate the scheduling. On New Year's Day. Oh, Leah's going to try wire knitting this year. That's a ton of fun. We've got a Viking knit tool that you can use for that. And then we also have a knitting spool that you can wire knit with. So that can be a really fun one to learn. We have some good videos for that as well. So I will go through your comments of things that you're hoping to learn how to do. And if we have a video that applies to it to just sort of kick off your new year, I will try to post a link. I'll probably do that sometime tomorrow. And I'll post a link for you so that you can go check out that video, whether it's wire knitting or bead crochet or our Stretch Magic will post some links to some videos to sort of kickstart your new year and give you that oomph to get off on the right foot with your New Year beading resolutions and have a little help from your friends here at Softflex. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you, Sue. Happy New Year to all of you guys. I so appreciate spending time with you. I missed you over the holidays. And go pick up your Dark Heart kit at www.softflexcompany.com. As we all know, the kits sell out fairly fast. And so if you want one of those kits, make sure you get in there and get one quickly. It went on sale yesterday, so we've already had quite a few orders come through. I didn't get a chance to grab the percentage, but I've been seeing a lot of orders popping through. So make sure you get your kit quickly if you want to participate. The video date for that kit is going to be January 29th. And it's a really fun kit. I know you guys are going to all really love it. So go check that out. Also, if you loved the bead mix that I used today, that's available. And then a new Softflex trio, which I think was the gold, white, and then a blue that is sort of like this color here, like a topaz color. It's a really pretty trio. So if you want to grab one of those, you can too. All orders over $49 get $10 off and free shipping if you're in the USA. So go enjoy, and I hope you have a fantastic New Year's Day. And if you are watching this later, please still tell me what your New Year's resolution is, and I will pop a link in if we have a video that applies to it, and we'll kind of help you get going in the new year to meet those new creative resolutions. So see you guys next week. Bye, guys.